Happy Sunday, SFL Nation. The Charleston Predators travel west, the Pacific Northwest that is, to visit the Portland Fleet. It's a great shot of the Portland downtown area. Hey, I'm your play-by-play commentator tonight, Damon Simeon, with my main man Eddie Gage beside me here, and we have Declan O'Rourke on stats for us tonight. As a look at the inside of the stadium here, a beautiful venue. The 2 and 3 Charleston Predators are looking to take down the 1 and 4 Portland Fleet, or should I say that Portland is looking to defend their home turf tonight. Eddie, please give me some outtakes on tonight's game.
SFL Nation, what up, though? DeMar, keep telling you, don't have to tell the fans who I am. They know what's up. Despite the fact I don't have no picks this season, they know who I be. But, yo, it's not about me today. It's about these Charleston Predators taking on this Portland Fleet team. And I look forward to this great matchup. These two teams trying to get back into the playoff race, although it's early on. But, yo, no better way to start that comeback than today. These two teams have only played 3 times this season, in their history. Let's see what happens here in Game 4.
Well, Eddie, here's the coin toss here, and let's see if the Portland Predators is going to win the toss, and will they return, or will they neglect to kick the ball off? And they're going to kick it off to the Portland Fleet, and Portland will get the ball first here. And these two teams have some history.
They do, DeMond. Portland is 2-1 all time versus this Charleston team, with the road team winning 2 of those games.
Absolutely. Here's the kicker for the Charleston Predators, Brad Bretchett, with the ball on the tee. He's in motion. Boot it! Eddie, we got kickoff here, baby. We're live in action here in Portland. Here's the return here by the Fleet, and he's going to be tackled and brought down at, looks like, with the 25-yard line. Offense for the Portland Fleet, got a quarterback, Cyrus Jive. Halfback is Ezekiel Love. Fullback, Jacob Farmer. Wide receivers are Israel Adams, Benjamin Warner, Juan Valentine. Your tight end is Nelson Lozano Jr., and you do have a few offensive linemen, Randy Fatt III and Jaden Taylor. First and 10 here for the Portland Fleet at their own 25-yard, and they come out in a gun straight to start here. Here is Jive. Jive takes a 2-step drive across the middle, 90-yard slants, and nobody was in the vicinity of the receiver there. And it looks like Israel Adams comes up with that first reception of the game. First and 10 at Portland 47.
Israel Adams with the reception, DeMond, but the quarterback was back there playing eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That's the first time I think I've ever seen 90-yard slants with 3, at least, receivers wide open.
Exactly. That's a 22-yard pickup there for the Portland Fleet. Now at their 47. Twins to the right of Jive. Here's a 5-step drop here by the QB. Dumps it off. Oh, that pass is intercepted. My goodness, this is by a big fella. And that looks like Jack Brown. That is Jack Brown.
My goodness, I don't know what he's been eating, DeMond, but that is a big linebacker.
That is a big dude.
And Ezekiel Love is lucky to bring him down, dove on the play. But I don't know if you noticed it, Jamon, but Charleston came out in a 5-2 defense on that play, trying to slow down this run game. And as a result, they get off their defense off the field.
If that's their base defense, that's pretty dangerous for that defense to come out like that.
It is.
5-2 is not really recommended as a base. Mostly used in a goal line situation. But here is Kentez Johnson. Dumps it off to Swearingen in the flat, and he's going to pick up no yards gained there. Tackled and brought down by Chris Stash. Offense here for the Charleston Predators. Kentez Johnson is the quarterback. You also have halfback Keith Swearingen, fullback Terrell Sutherland. Wide receivers are Christopher Ocho, Serene Storm, Davius Reed. Tight end is Dusty Roick. And you also have linemen Dusty Wilson and Damian Robichu. Here is Johnson. Strong guy. They're going to go to the flats here. Wide open. This Swearingen got man in front of him. He just may cross Hollywood. No, yes, he does. Hollywood Boulevard has been crossed by Keith Swearingen on the weak screen pass.
Yes, as Portland came out, DeMond, in a 4-4 defense, trying to prepare themselves for this offense of Charleston. As we can get to that as the game goes along. But doing so, they open themselves up to that screen game. Charleston takes advantage of the turnover.
Eddie, don't be surprised if there's a challenge here, because I think Swearingen knee may have came down at the 1-yard line. No, they're not going to challenge it there.
I think his knee was short, but I think by the time his knee hit the ground, the ball crossed the plane.
Gotcha. Nice pickup for a touchdown there by Keith Swearingen in the flats there. Kente Johnson has been around for, wow, I want to say season 11, 7 seasons here in the SFL, 2 with the Predators. His previous 5-year stint has been in Houston, where he came in from season 11 through, I want to say, season 16, if I'm not mistaken. Yep.
Brief retirement as he focused on his education, came back into the league and said, listen, my education is important, but man, I love the SFL. I got to get back into this, guys. And he came back out of retirement.
It's hard to stay away for a lot of people that do leave, but a lot of them do come back, and the relationship is never broken. Here is a return here by the Fleet, that is, and they're going to start their drive at their very own 26. Here's the starting defense for the Charleston Predators. Let's go ahead and get them guys out the way. We have already mentioned Jack Brown. We have defensive end Thomas Matthew, John Laley. Also have defensive tackles Murr Rivers, Robert Cherry, linebackers A. Singletary, Kevin Brackett, and you also Jack Brown and Eric Hammer. Cornerbacks Jacob Clear, Mark Martin, and Sam Boltner. Here's a pass here by Jive. Jive finds his man. It looks like Lozano is going to pick up the first down. And yeah, they're going to move the chains there. Also, the safeties, Ricky Thornton and John Stamango.
And that's what you're going to have to do against this defense, Demond, is get the ball out quick with those 5 defensive linemen.
That was an 11-yard pickup there for Lozano on that last reception. Here's Jive once again. Out route down to the bottom of the field. That pass is going to be caught and received by the wide receiver, Juan Valentine.
Reception, I think we're going to see a lot of this all game long, Demond. They got to get some 3-step drops and get the ball out.
6-yard pickup there by Valentine on the reception from Jive. Underneath the center, they're going to come out in a weak ice spread here. It's going to go handoff, weak stretch to the halfback, and Love is going to be tackled for just like a 1-yard loss. No gain. Going to say he was tackled and brought down at the line of scrimmage. No, it is a 1-yard loss. My apology. They were at the 43, now at the 42.
Talking to Mike O'Neill, coach of this Charleston Predators team, he said he put a lot of emphasis into stopping both Ezekiel Love and Nelson Lozano Jr. this week.
And defense come out in a 4-2 as there are 4 wide receivers on the field here for the Fleet. Shotgun straight, and that pass is thrown in traffic and incomplete, broken up. Couldn't get a number on the young man that broke up the pass there.
And you can see that Charleston put a lot of emphasis into guarding that 90-yard slants play this week, as they had several of the defenders squatting at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the Portland Fleet is going to now have to kick the ball off to Charleston, who took advantage of the interception on their first possession of Portland from Jack Brown, as he almost ran it in for an interception. It looks like they have his body type on large. I think if he was at normal, he probably would have scored. Not body shaming, by the way.
Not at all. There's a penalty here.
But I've noticed that about Charleston, that Charleston have their players pretty big. And they're going to call it clipping. And the Fleet does accept the penalty. And it's going to put Charleston back.
Sean safety Magic Doll with the penalty.
And it looks like Charleston's going to start at their own 13-yard line. Underneath the center, Tez Johnson. Split backs. Handoff here to continue. That was Swearingen on the fullback, and that it is Swearingen. And Swearingen picks up 1 yard.
You can see with this defense here that Portland is exploring today, even though Art Vanderlei is gone, they're still aggressive. You can come out and play them 1 week. It'll be a 3-4, 4-3, bear, 4-4. It does not matter. You have to prepare for it all when facing this defense.
Charleston come out in the split twins. Handoff here to Swearingen. Swearingen picks up another yard. 3rd and 8.
That time it looked like a 4-4 defense. So yeah, I mean, you just never know what you're gonna see. Each and every week you have the game plan for it all.
Well, he picks up 3 yards on that play. My apologies.
Read 3 nickel look here.
We come out
out
in
of Portland.
weak spread here for the offense. 5-step drop here by Johnson. Goes through progression. Big throw. Picked off right across the middle of the field. He's tackled and brought down at the 28.
Yeah, and you can see there, Kentes wanted the out route, but Portland did a great job of covering it, forcing him to look elsewhere, and it was a bad decision, bad throw, and he's going to have great field position here to start this drive.
Dale McClain comes away with that interception. My apologies to the Portland Fleet for not announcing the defense. I'll go ahead and do that right now. Defensive ends are Robert Brewer, Derwin Novevo, Louis Negron. Defensive tackle is Jobo McSim. Linebackers, Mel Davis, Callie Thomas. I'll get to that just a minute here. And there's going to be a handoff here to Ezekiel Love. Love is tackled and brought down after picking up 1 yard. Khalil Thomas, outside linebacker, Brody Goach, Chris Stacks, Derek Majors, Leo Morris are your corners. And your safeties are Bernard Smith, Joseph Lama, and Dale McClain. Go ahead, Eddie.
Oh, just reiterating the fact that Ezekiel Love, anytime they line up and base personnel, is getting a lot of attention. And look at this defense yet again.
They come out in that gun quads, that is. It's 90-yard slants once again. That is Israel Adams is a big guy. He stands at 6'5", 225, and he just made that reception right across the middle of the field there.
You want time for your quarterback to throw the ball, line them up in base personnel with 2 tight ends, spread them out wide. Versus this 5-2 look, he's going to get plenty of time to survey the field, make a decision, and Portland's going to have to make the decision to make anytime they line up in this 5-2 defense when they line up in that kind of shell.
1st and 10 here for Portland at the 12 of Charleston. Charleston looks like they're going to show blitz towards the top of the field. They're in that 5-2 once again, looks like. There's a dump off to Ezekiel Love, and they're going to call it incomplete, out of bounds.
I actually thought he caught that pass, Damon, but they're saying he dropped it.
Yeah. I'm not sure if they say he dropped it or he caught it out of bounds, but it looks like both feet were inbounds to me.
Yeah. No sense in challenging it, though, because it probably would have been a 1-yard loss.
They're going to come out in a single back slot pair here for the offense. Defense is in a 4-3 setting. 5-step drop here by Jive. Got him in an open. No. Tipped away by the defense of Charleston.
Yeah, he was never open, Damon. They came out and played very aggressive. I think there was cover 2. Both safeties squatting, taking away the flats. And the middle linebacker did a great job of getting back there in coverage.
Yeah, it looks like Johnston Mango was the person who got the deflection there on that. Looks like man coverage here.
And coverage. Defense. Look out.
You got 3 receivers to the top of the field here, Gage. Look out for that. There's 90-yard slants once again. His pass is caught complete for a touchdown, and it's the tight end, Nelson Lozado Jr.
And talking to Mike O'Neal pregame, he said he wanted to take Nelson Lozano out of this game as he realized he is a deep threat for this team. And sure enough, they line up with man-to-man defense playing inside leverage, and he still managed to beat the defender and picks up a touchdown for Portland.
Now talk about keeping your head on the swivel by the rookie quarterback, Cyrus Jive. Offensive line gave him a lot of time to block there, to build a nice pocket around him, and allow the demons of the Predators' defensive line to get close to him. And that ball was in some traffic as well. You got to have some guts to throw that ball in traffic like that on the 90-yard slants right at the goal line as well, inside the red zone. The extra point is good, Gage.
That's got to build up a lot of confidence for this Portland team coming into this game here in Week 7. That's only his 8th touchdown pass.
Wow. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and role-playing games into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at www.simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Here's Charleston on their 3rd possession. here, Gage. And they're going to start at their 28. Got an interception. Also benefited from that first interception where they got their first touchdown of the game. Second possession, they threw an interception back to the Portland Fleet. Strong spread here for the offense, and Kentez Johnson, one-handed catch here by the receiver. He's going to be tackled and brought down at the 34. On the reception is Christopher Ochoa.
Christopher Ochoa with a one-handed snag. I mean, we seem like we see it every week in the SFL, but nonetheless, every time I see it, it's impressive.
Yeah, 6-yard pickup for Ochoa there. And here comes Johnson underneath the center. They're going to go in a far Jokers, not Jokers. Yeah, far Jokers looks here, and he's going to give it off to the fullback. Nowhere to go. Tackle right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's not his game. Terrell Sutherland, you're a fullback, young man. I understand there's not much there of a hole, but you got to lower your shoulders and get what you can get. You want your fullback running north and south, not east and west.
Absolutely. Brody Goach on the tackle there, who has been around the league as well for quite some time. 5 seasons, 2 here with Portland. The previous 3 was with Houston. Here is Johnson. 2-step drop. That pass is going to be one-handed. Caught by Christopher Ochoa, and he does not pick up the first down. 4th and 1. What do you do with it here, Gage?
You punt it this deep in your own end. There's no decision to make but to get the punter out there.
I want to say that I absolutely agree with you that you do want to basically get that ball back to the other side of the field, keep it away from your side of the field. There's the snap. The punt is up. There's a return from the Portland Fleet. SFL Fantasy Football, the SFL Weekly Fantasy Contest, is officially up and running. Think you can draft the best team every week while staying under the salary cap? Or maybe you just want to enhance your SFL experience. Free to play, no season-long commitment, and a new contest opens every week on Tuesday night. Join now and show off your fantasy skills to the rest of the league. Contact Jack Wall, Stephen Hacker, and Hunter Norwood to join today. Here's a handout to Ezekiel Love, the most dangerous running back in the SFL. Should we say his first 2 seasons he was, as he led the league in rushing his rookie season, if I'm not mistaken, and was pretty high up in the rushing category, but he probably in the top 5 his second season as well.
Yeah, he's coming to this week. He had the 4th most rushing attempts, and I like that play design actually right there. Get him out in space, spread the field, and hopefully he can make a man miss and make that defense pay.
Look for that play to be in the Arizona Scorpions playbook next week. Here is his job. Throws a pass to his receiver, and he picks up the first down, and that is going to be a reception caught and made by Juan Valentine. He and Israel Adams and Lozano has basically most likely been most targets here for today for Chris Job. I'm sorry, Job.
Gene Valentine, Damon.
My apologies.
4th most receptions in the SFL. Oh, look at that.
There's only one category of reception matters, and only one person.
But that right there, that's another great example of spreading this defense out. They come out and force Charleston to a nickel look, get the ball to Ezekiel Love, who gets the able to get his center to get a good block for him, and he steps to his left and picks up a first down.
Absolutely great. Outstanding run there by Ezekiel Love.
Will Todd in the chat. What's up, Will?
Hand off here to Love once more. Love's going to be hit the backfield for a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, that time he lined up in a strong pro set, strong dive. Charleston was not fooled on the play at all.
Not at all. And on the tackle was Eric Hammer.
Former Florida Thorn.
Pair of slot twins here again. 5-step drop here is Jive. Steps up in the pocket. Let it rip. That pass is intercepted by the Charleston Predators.
Hit as he threw. Unable to get enough arm strength on the pass. And Cyrus Jive, I believe it's only his 8th interception on the season. Not a good time for it.
And that's Ricky Thornton coming away with that interception for the Charleston Predators. And Charleston takes over at their own 21.
3-2 defense versus this gun straight look here for Charleston.
Here's Johnson, one-step drive. That pass is going to be completed right across the middle of the field. Picks up the first down out to the 33. And that's going to be a 12-yard pickup. Pass is completed by the tight end, Dusty Roick.
Test match going on between these two teams. The defense comes out in blanket 4, cover 12 look, and meanwhile, they're just looking for 90-yard slants, trying to stay ahead of the chains.
Johnson in the shotgun formation, steps up, dumps it off to the fullback, and he's going to lose 3 yards from the 33 to the 30. And, man, he took a shot by number 52, Mel Davis. Mel Davis is an outstanding linebacker, and I'm going to say this for the record. He doesn't get the credit that he deserves for being a defensive coordinator for Portland and also for being an outstanding linebacker in this league.
6'2", 245. He put his pass through the chest of Keith Swearinger.
There's a trips here to Johnson, and there's an out route down the bottom of the field. That pass is going to be caught and completed to the tight end, Dusty Roick again.
There's a tight window there, not much room, but he got the ball to him. Kentez got a lot of confidence in his arm strength.
And that he does. Looks like same formation, just flipped. There's going to be a
free play.
Free play here. Takes a gamble. That pass is complete.
And you can tell Kentez was trying to hurry him get that ball out. I don't think he even let his feet set before the ball was gone. Should he do so, he's going to have the arm strength to get that ball to his receiver, and it's going to be a big game.
Yeah, it did look like he threw the ball off his back foot. Looks like Nuevo.
Yeah, I think if Kent is just a little bit more patient, Damon, that's a catch and run. Third down and 5. Another opportunity to keep those chains moving here for Charleston.
Charleston Predators offense coming to today's matchup, averaging about 31, 32 points per game. Here's Johnson, gets pressure, and Johnson goes down. Sack, brought down.
They sent the strong safety on the blitz out of that 4-4 look, and too many men to block, not enough men to account for him, and down goes Kentez.
And that's going to force Charleston to punt the ball away. 4th and 9. This looks like it's going to be a defensive brawl here today between these two teams.
It is, until one of these offenses can decipher the various looks that each team is giving them.
And my apologies. I stated that Charleston come in averaging 30, 31 points a game. That's the points they allow per game. And Portland allows 35.2 points per game, should I say.
Yeah, so it's going to come down to their offenses. Portland averaging 25 points a game. Charleston averaging 30. Which offense can be more efficient today versus the defense that's giving him these various looks?
Here's Jive underneath the center. 72 yards so far on the day. There's a Twins to the right of the quarterback. 5-step drive. Big arm downfield. He's got his man complete. Caught and brought down at the 39-yard line.
That was a dangerous pass, Damon. I was sitting there looking at the head coach as the ball was in the air. He did not look confident that ball was going to get caught.
23-yard pickup. That's the end of the first quarter. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Rad Sports. Flip the field. Both teams here come out, and the Portland Fleet come out in a quads left. Shotgun formation, and he's brought down. That's going to be
brought 5 men, Damon. They blitzed the linebacker again. Charleston is blitzing a lot of people here today.
From the 38 to the 44.
We've seen him blitz the safety. We've seen him blitz the linebacker. There's no shame in this blitzing game here for Charleston today.
And they're taking some gambles if you're going to blitz your safety. Wow. Play action play here by Portland. Going downfield. He got a reception. down to the 14-yard line, and that is going to be a 30-yard pickup on a reception from Israel Adams.
Great reception, but an even better block. I couldn't catch the number. At first, I thought it was the tailback, but it was not. It was one of the offensive linemen who provided a great block. When they blitzed yet again, he gave him the protection he needed and got the ball downfield.
1st and 10 here for Portland at at Charleston's 14-yard line. There's a trips to the right of Jive. 4-2 nickel is the defense. 2-step drive, throws an out route. Oh, I thought it was going to be intercepted, and it's a completion to Nelson Lozano Jr., who picks up a first down as well.
They told us pregame, Damon, they were going to pay a lot of attention to Nelson Lozano Jr. today, and they have, but wow, I thought that was going to be a pick six going the other way, and somehow Kentez threaded the needle to his receiver.
12-yard pickup. On the play.
Like they're blitzing again.
Handoff here to Ezekiel Love. Up through the middle. Nowhere to go. He's going to lose a yard.
Charleston is no shame in that blitz game. This time, I think it was Kevin Brackett who was blitzing up the A-gap, forced Keith Swearingen outside, forced the tailback Ezekiel Love outside. We had opposition waiting on him. Look at this look defensively.
My. Is that a 4-4? Here's Jive. Got him in. Open. That pass is complete to Lozano. That's his second touchdown today.
And it's going to take that kind of patience today against this defense. You're going to have to give your quarterback A, time to find a receiver, and B, just keep them short because they're going to take away everything deep out of this shell. Stick to those out routes, curls, and hitches, and you should have a good day offensively if you're patient.
Mm-hmm. And Jive was patient. He allowed the route to develop as Lozano basically got separation, should I say, from the zone coverage in that area. And basically, they looks like they forgot about him or took their eyes off of him or whatever. And Nelson was wide open.
Wide open. And it took time for the
grab for the extra point. Oh, that ball almost was blocked there. And Portland jumps up 14-7 here in the second quarter.
14-7, Portland finds themselves up here at home, trying to send these fans home happy. A lot of football left, but right now they're off to a great start.
The SFL Network on ESTV. The SFL Network is coming to the ESTV Plus app. 24/7 SFL programming will include content created by the community, the SFL greatest games from the archives, exclusive network content, and live SFL regular season games. Download the ESTV Plus app on your Android or iPhone, or on your TV through Roku, Amazon Fire, Vizio, and more. The SFL Network, where SFL creators come together. Here's Kentez Johnson. And the Charleston Predators starting this drive at their own 24. Twins to the right of the quarterback, dumps it off to the halfback, Keith Swearingen, and Swearingen's going to pick up 6 yards.
Picked up 6 yards, but wow, talk about putting your all into it. Former Scorpion Vernard Smith lowered his shoulder and said, "Sir, you will not gain another yard. Sit your tail down."
Absolutely. He came in like a heat-seeking missile. 2nd and 4 for Charleston. Here's Kentez Johnson underneath the center. They're going to go weak eye jokers. Handoff here to Swearingen. Swearingen makes a spin on the defender. Breaks a tackle from Brody Goach. Up the field. Got 2 men to beat. And he makes a long run down to the 24-yard line. A 46 total yard run.
Chris Stotts saved a touchdown. I thought he was going to be out of there. But Keith Swearingen came into this game fourth most rushing yards in the entire league, and he is productive again today. Came in averaging over 6 yards a carry, and you can see why on that play, why Portland's been so aggressive on defense.
6 yards a carry. Wow, that shows that man knows what he's doing in the backfield. Now they come out in a strong eye jokers here, and he's going to be tackled and brought down by 55 for the Portland Fleet. And I cannot see 55. That's going to be Eric McDuffie, non-contract player.
Keith Swearingen, to be exact, 6.7 yards a carry on the season.
Wow.
Third most rushing, but 10th in attempts. You want to talk about efficient? Look up in the dictionary. You'll see his picture sitting there.
I formation, weak eye power here. Dump off here to Swearingen in the flats. Picks up the first down before being tackled and brought down by Mel Davis.
I'm going to stay on this Keith Swearingen hype train. 5th most all-time in carries, 195 yards shy of passing Jared McChesney for 10th all-time.
Jerry McChesney, that's a name I haven't heard in a few seasons. And that was an 11-yard pickup there for Keith Swearingen on the screen pass from Kentez Johnson. He's been thrown to 5 times and has 5 receptions on the day. They come out here in the split jokers here, and this will be a handoff to Swearingen. Swearingen goes up the field, picks up 1 yard.
Tell you one thing, when Jared McChesney decided to retire from the SFL, Arizona Scorpion fans threw a barbecue.
Probably a pool party along with it. Far jokers here.
Yeah.
And there's a handoff here to Swearingen and nowhere to go. Picks up 2 yards.
Swearingen keeps trying to go east and west. He's a big man. Doesn't have the foot speed that Keith Swearingen does. Not sure what his ladder drill time is, but I'm sure it's nowhere near as Keith's. Just keep going north and south, young man. Get what you can. Look at this. Gun straight on the 8-yard line. You got to be kidding me.
You got to be kidding me. And here it is. And there's an out route to the bottom of the field. That pass is going to be caught and complete. A 3-yard gain there. They're going to say 4. 4th and 3, and they're going to have trot out the field goal unit, and Brad Bretchett will be kicking a field goal here for the Charleston Predators.
Brad Bretchett coming out here, trying to put some points on the board here. Should be a chip shot field goal.
It's going to be a 21-yard field goal attempt. Placeholder waiting for the snap. The kick is up, and it's good. 20 yards exactly.
Great job of Brad Bretchett. Only 1 missed field goal in the season. He's now 20 of 21. That's first. Tops the SFL.
The SFL has partnered with Rare Drop and Rare Drop Sports to advance live events and distribution. Live and in-person championship weekends, rookie drafts, and community events are in the works. Check out SFL regular season games on their Twitch channel every weekend and follow Rare Drop Sports at twitch.tv/RD Sports. That's twitch.tv/RD Sports. Speaking of live rookie drafts, Eddie, there was a rookie draft in one season, I want to say season 15 it was, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 16, where that we had a live draft
in Boston.
In Boston, right? And
yeah.
I mean, you were there. Tell me about that experience, maybe after this play here. Here is Cyrus Jive. Oh, he gets pressured, hit in the mouth. My goodness, he took a shot. Someone check his pulse.
Wow, I mean, he had to elude 2 other defenders before finally getting sacked there. I mean, talk about a total breakdown with the offensive lineman. I'm sure he's not happy.
Kevin Brackett on the sack there, pressure right up the middle of the field, and Job just basically had nowhere to go at the 28-yard line of Portland. They're back, another big pressure sack there for the Charleston Predators, and this time this is like it's Robert Cherry.
Robert Cherry on this sack, and on the other sack it was, like you said, Kevin Brackett. I mean, talk about the hinges just coming off of these offensive linemen here. I mean, it's just an open gate party. It just allowed them to just go right through there. It's like they're like, what do you call those guys who have the Bulls charging at them and they trying to dodge them at the last second? That's what the offensive line looking like right now.
Exactly. Come out here in a gun straight, and they're going to go 90-yard slants. And Job got a reception down the middle of the field, and it's to the 39-yard line. And that's going to be a 19-yard pickup, but they are 1 yard short of the first down. They're going to say 2 yards.
2 yards short. James Valentine, one of his favorite receivers, coming in, like we said earlier, 4th all-time in the SFL, this season, ranks 4th in the entire league. That's kind of amazing when you think about Ezekiel Love being the the ball carrier, the workhorse of this offense, and to have him ranked 4th is impressive. But it's going to lead to a punt here on 4th down and 2, deep in their own end.
Speaking of Ezekiel Love, he only had 5 attempts for 16 yards on the day, not getting boatload of the carries, or should I say attention in the offense, as we have seen in previous games this season and from previous seasons before. Here's the return here for Charleston. They're going to start off at their own 26-yard line. Eddie, if you can, give us a brief experience on that live rookie draft that was taking place in Boston for any newcomers who are out there who may have questions about that.
Season 14, it was live in Boston on television. One of the greatest experiences of my SFL tenure here. Watching it break down, I had 3 draft picks, and each and every one of them was a phenomenal experience for me.
And not only was owners and general managers live there at the draft, there were players live there at the draft as well. Number 1 pick overall was Johnny Pickler, and Pickler was live there in Boston at the facility as well. And he was able to walk up and shake the commissioner's hand. I mean, how about that?
Phoenix Jones of Mexico City was also there.
9-yard pickup for Charleston on the previous play. Pass was completed. And here is Keith Swearingen. Swearingen almost breaks that tackle there before being brought down as 92. I'm trying to get a name on it. Robert Brewer basically held on for dear life to both ankles of Keith Swearingen.
Keith Swearingen was supposed to take that just to the right of the center of the A gap. Nothing was there to make a quick step to his left, hit the C gap, picked up the first down.
1st and 10 here for Charleston at their own 42. Weak eye jokers. Looks like 2 corners.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Swearingen is going to lose 3 yards on that play as he took a shot in the backfield by Chris Stash.
Chris Stash, you'd imagine he must have been up in the huddle and knew the snap count, because as soon as the H and height came out of Kentez's mouth, he was already in the backfield.
Minus 3 yards on the play from the 42 to the 39. They're going to come out here now and in the same formation. They're going to dump it off to Swearingen in the flat this time. Got a blocker out front, but he goes nowhere. Tackle right at the line of scrimmage. This time it's Brody Goach.
Yeah, you want Kentez to hold on to the ball and allow that play to develop another half a second or so, but he didn't. He had pressure up the middle right away, and unfortunately did not give that play time to develop.
3rd and 13 here for Charleston. Still at the 39. There's a trip to the right of Kentez Johnson. 3-2 dime defense for the defense. Throws an out route to the sidelines, and he's going to have a reception there. On the reception is Christopher Ochoa, and he's not going to pick up the first down, but he picks up a total of 8 yards.
I believe that was 90Z quick out, something you see Sioux Falls likes to do a lot in previous seasons, to pick up cheap yards when teams are in dime defenses looking to protect everything deep.
And that's going to be the 2-minute warnings. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music live on Rad Sports Twitch Network.
What do you think of these Portland uniforms here, Damon?
The Portland uniforms, I mean, I actually like this look. The gray helmet with the blue jerseys and the gray pants there. I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan as well, so that, gray and blue always looks good to me.
Bears.
The Bears. Oh, nice spin move there by the return guy, but he got cleaned up right at the 18.
Cleaned up, I like that. Got cleaned
Come here.
up.
Let's look at Jive so far on the day. Thank you for Declan O'Rourke for being on stats with us. Cyrus Jive, 11 of 16, 68.8 pass completion percentage for 159 yards on the day here. There's a Twins out of the split formation.
Oh,
got
got
him open, one-handed catch, and he comes up with that reception, and that is going to be I'm trying to see here. That's going to be a 25-yard pickup there on that play for the QB to his receiver. I couldn't see the receiver who made the reception. Was that even that Ben? Yeah, that was Benjamin Warner.
It's number 82, Damon, who brought in
Was
that
it
reception.
82?
Yes,
Why
sir.
don't I have my glasses on? Sorry.
That's all right. Wait till you get my age, it gets worse.
I am your age.
Play
Just
fake.
younger. Here is Jive. Out. That pass is going to be good. Oh, I thought it was
Oh.
completed. No, he dropped it.
And I can tell you from watching previous Portland games, that ball went to Farmer, but I can guarantee you he was looking for Gene Valentine down the field. But Charleston did a great job. They saw the film too from those previous weeks, and they did a great job of defending them.
That was intended for the fullback, Jacob Farmer. 2nd and 10. And it's going to be a flip spread here by the offense. Handoff here to Ezekiel Love. Spin move by Love. Love is going to pick up 5 yards there on the carry. We're going to go no huddle here. 1 minute and 5 seconds left on the clock. Out route. That passes.
Oh, my goodness.
Away.
Charleston is continuing to blitz and forcing Chris Jives to throw these intended passes before he wants to, and they are blitzing right up the A-gap, Damon, not leaving him much time at all to survey the field.
And you normally don't see a lot of blitzes coming up from the A-gap, as you just mentioned there. You normally see teams try to come from the outside or so, but they're having a lot of success with this blitz package that they've put together, coming right up the middle of the field.
Mike O'Neal has done his homework this week.
Force Portland to punt it away. Here is Charleston on the return, tackle and brought down at the very own 16.
54 seconds left before we close out this first half, Damon. And I expect Charleston to, not play too aggressive here and give the ball back to Portland deep in their own end. But we'll see what Kentez decides to do.
Man, I still remember Kentez Johnson rookie season 11 with Houston.
What up?
We made that run to the semifinals, and man, he has some beautiful games on the back end of the season. Had one game where he only had, was it 1 or 2 income? Like 22, 24 passes in a row. Look out! It's going to be incomplete, intended for the tight end Dusty Roick. McClain there on the tip.
Oh man, talk about a bad decision. Kentez cannot make those kind of mistakes if he's going to be holding on to this lead here, because that was almost a pick 6.
2nd and 10 here for the Predators. Clock has stopped right at the 50-second mark. They're going to go strong. Joke is here. Got blockers out front. Swearingen. What are you going to do with it? Steps out of bounds at the. I'm trying to see. They haven't changed.
36-yard line.
It's 36. Still looked like 16 to me on my end. Sorry about that. Thank you for that, Eddie Gage. 20-yard pickup on the play by Keith Swearingen.
Keith Swearingen, average coming into this week is going up so far at the conclusion of halftime, up from 6.7, which is already impressive enough. And you can tell, like you said, with that 4-4 defense, they want to take him out of this ball game and make them beat them through the air. But Keith Swearingen is having nothing of it.
Here's a trips here to the left of Johnson. Here is Johnson on the 2-step drive. That pass is almost intercepted. And on the deflection is Leo Morris.
The NFL has a saying, not for long. If they keep throwing these passes like these that are hitting the other defenders' hands rather than the receivers, the offensive coordinator in Charleston is going to be not for long.
2nd and 10 at Charleston's 35-yard line. Going to come out here with the twins to the right of Johnson. 3 wide receiver totals. Keith Swearingen's going to go out on a curl route there. Throws underneath. That pass is incomplete. Not sure what Johnson saw, what he was throwing the ball to. And intended for Davius Reed, but it's going to be a no gain as it was incomplete. The ball hits the turf.
I think that's his first intended target for Davius Reed. Mm-hmm. And it looks like Davius Reed didn't really put much effort into coming up with that football. He didn't even look like he tried to go down and get it.
Well, you know how receivers are when they're going across the middle of the field. They tend to get gator arms there, They know that safety is lurking out there and looking to put a lick on somebody. 3rd and 10 here for Kentez Johnson and the Charleston Predators. Here's a 2-step drop here by Johnson. Out route to the top of the field. Nothing doing. Going to say he caught the ball out of bounds. It was short of the first down line anyway from the yard to gain, and Charleston will punt it away. Back to Portland with 36 seconds.
Not a good series for this Charleston offense. You don't want to leave any time on the clock here deep in your end and get a ball back to Portland, who's going to look to probably get aggressive themselves and put up at least a field goal attempt here to close out this first half.
Yeah, Charleston received the ball with 50 seconds left on the clock, and I thought they was going to put a drive together to get things going here, and they just was unable to do that. They did have a nice big run from Keith Swearingen, about a 20-yard scamper
Yeah.
up on the right sideline of the field. So there's 29 seconds left here, and Portland's going to start off on their own 26. And let's see if Portland's going to try to target something big downfield, or will they just give the ball to Ezekiel Love to try to run the clock out and head into the end zone after the halftime here. Uh, Charleston will receive the ball first because Portland
Toss.
they're going to give it a toss play here. Ezekiel Love
Goodbye.
is off to the house, and that is going to be
74-yard
touchdown run by Ezekiel Love. My goodness, Eddie Gage, I like the way how you and I was in unison there, and we were saying the 74-yard touchdown. He just crossed Hollywood Boulevard.
And that's what I was just talking about. Charleston, with an inept offensive drive in that last possession, gives Portland the ball back right before this half closes. They were dominating this offense for Portland here in this first half. Gave the ball back to him, and Portland gets Ezekiel Love to the outside, makes one man miss, makes the defense pay, and 74 yards later, he's dancing in the end zone with his teammates.
My, what a run. Wow. That's all I have to say is wow.
Ezekiel Love, he continues to prove that he is the man.
and another thing with Ezekiel Love is that he's loyal to Portland.
Yes.
The ups and downs this franchise has been through since their existence of them coming in or whatever, had some seasons of struggling to win ball games. And I think last season they didn't win a game until maybe, towards the back end of the season is when they started getting a few wins or so last season. And, no matter what, Ezekiel Love has been targeted. I'm not going to sit here and act like he hasn't. He has been targeted by other teams, but he has been so loyal to the Portland Fleet, and I'm pretty sure they are thankful for his loyalty because of the explosive player that he is.
One of the best backs in the entire SFL. I'd be thankful too. Thanks for coming back, sir. We need you. Suit up.
He's going to be looking for that pay increase extension come the end of the season. and I Joker's here. And they're going to get off to Keith Swearingen. Swearingen with a spin move, and Swearingen's going to pick up a few yards right up the middle of the field. And he's going to be out to the 33-yard line, 8-yard pickup, that is, for Keith Swearingen. And they're going to call a timeout here with 3 seconds. Do you go Hail Mary here, Eddie, at your own 33, or do you just go out and spread and just target a play downfield?
I'm glad you asked me that because I don't think a quarterback in the SFL has the arm strength for that until I saw Las Vegas do it against Arizona Scorpions a few weeks ago, 70 yards through the air for a touchdown to Mason Kirby. I just could not believe it.
Yeah, that play has already been surfaced and going around the league as probably the best play in SFL history. And as a player and owner of the Arizona Scorpions, I know how you feel about that play being put, on your defense there. Oh, and Swearingen is lit up in the backfield. My goodness, he took a shot from Robert Brewer, the defensive end of the Portland Fleet.
That was actually Terrell Sutherland, the fullback, who got hit right there. My goodness, you want to extend that man's career, get this man some help. I'm not sure why they're getting mad at Kentez. He wasn't blocking.
And maybe they're saying you should have audible out of it. Looks like 4-4 defense here for the Portland Fleet. Going to hand off here to Swearingen. Swearingen breaks a tackle. He's off to the house as well. And engaged is going to be 67 yards for Keith Swearingen. Back-to-back big runs over 50 yards by both of these running backs here in today's matchup. Forget the quarterbacks. This is a game of the halfbacks.
That's when the fans got on their feet, DeMond, celebrating the 64-yard run by Ezekiel Love. They thought they were about to head to halftime, get their popcorn, use the restroom, and get a couple of beers and celebrate. And Keith Swears said, not so fast, you guys. You might be drinking just beers thinking you're going to be celebrating, but no. You're going into depression mode because I just went 60-something yards to the house to increase our lead back to 7.
Wow. My. I guess the only thing I can say is wow.
Keith Swearingen yards per carry average came into this game with 6.7. At this point, it's going to go up because right now he's averaging 15.4. That play was so electric.
Man.
DJ got excited there, Damon.
Yeah, he is. I don't know what's going on with that dude. Shut it up.
Maybe he said, I want to be like Keith Swearingen when I grew up. Give me a football, Dad.
The crazy part about that is that yesterday morning I was watching ESPN U. Well, I'll get to that in just a minute here. You're watching Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Here's the halftime show. There's a game summary here of the stats. There are 153 yards for Keith Swearingen, 96 for Ezekiel Love on the ground there. Here's that Jack Brown interception.
Jack Brown looks like a left tackle. Give me a break.
Looks like Warren Sapp, that gut hanging out there for a linebacker.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
But here we are at halftime. Portland 21, Charleston 17 in a back-and-forth affair. It started out as a close defensive-minded contest, and it looked like both teams are going to have troubles. But late in the second half, Damon, both teams' offense got it going via the run game.
Yeah, the run game did pick up towards the back end of the first half there. And, Cyrus Jive has been pretty awesome in the pass game for the Portland Fleet. He's 12 of 19, 63% completion, but he has 184 yards on the day, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions with a QBR of 90.6. Kentez Johnson, on the other hand, he's above 70% in passing, 77 QBR. Only 84 yards through the air for the Charleston Predators so far in this game. And, you got to wonder, hey, what's going on with there? But the back end of it is Keith Swearingen is basically the offense today for this team.
I tell you what, if I can get that kind of production out of my rushing game, and I can avoid the mistakes and turnovers possible by that offensive, quarterback decision making, I'm just gonna keep handing the ball off too until he passes out. And when he gets close to passing, I'm gonna say, young man, give me one more big run, and then I sit you down.
Sorry, I was muted, bro.
Charleston thus far been blitzing every down. Got a sack out of defensive tackle Robert Cherry, another one out of the linebacker Kevin Brack, who's been blitzing throughout this entire first half. Got rewarded with the sack. 3 in total by this Charleston defense. Mm-hmm. And if they're gonna sustain this game, Cam, and getting back to this game, Damon, they're gonna need more production on their defense to get the ball back to their offense.
Man, Eddie Gage, if I was to tell you that the previous 2 drives were for a total of 4 plays and 159 yards, would you believe me?
With these 2 teams, I would not, but if I'm going to believe, it's probably going to be from the run game of Keith Swearingen and Ezekiel Love.
Well, here it is. The Portland Fleet is going to kick it off to the Charleston Predators to start the third quarter here. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music live on Rad Sports Twitch Network. Here's the return here for the Charleston Predators inside of the end zone, brought out to the 26. Will we see Keith Swearingen, or will Charleston decide to go to the air to get Kentez Johnson going? Sorry, that's the 25-yard line as the start, not the 26.
Speaking of close ball games, Damon, Jacksonville over on SFL Twitch channel was up 14-0. It seems like just 2 minutes ago. And since then, Louisiana's put up 13 unanswered.
Yeah, talking about being up by 2 scores. My. And a team can close in on that really, really quick. Saw live action of that last night. Here is Keith Swearingen once more. 2 spin moves. Tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Going to give him a gain of 1.
He ran about 11 yards there to pick up 1. Wow.
You
Great
know, I mean,
defense.
when I was a kid and I used to watch football, and they would say somebody picked up 3 yards, and I was like, man, look at how many times his legs move. I was thinking that every time your leg hit the ground, that was a yard or so. But you just stated he ran so far towards one side of the field, and only picked up 1 yard. Here is a 7-step
Oh,
drop by
goodness.
Kentez Johnson to only throw
Oh,
it 9.
wow. That was how many times? I don't think I've ever seen a play in the SFL out of trips tight that required a 7-step drop. And I was just in awe thinking this ball's about to go downfield, but they did a great job of defending it.
That's
What's
what
so
I said.
funny?
That's what I said. I thought the same thing. That's why I say it's a 7-step drop by Kentez, and when he threw it, like only to throw a 9. 8-yard pickup on the play. 3rd and 1 here for the Charleston Predators at their own 33-yard line. Here is Johnson, 5-step drop, out route to the bottom of the field. That pass is caught incomplete, and that is to Dusty Rourke, the tight end.
Great play design there, Damon. They sent the other tight end straight up the field to kind of flood the zone, got him up out of there, and presented that opportunity to present that completion to Rourke.
And as I was stating, DJ and I was watching ESPNU. We was watching Penn State and Michigan game from last season, and I kept saying football, and he kept saying no, basketball. Dude, what are you talking about? Are you telling me that's what you want to play? Because that most definitely is not the sport that's on the TV screen. Here's the power I formation here for Charleston. 1st and 10. They're going to give it to Swammerton. Swammerton breaks the
Oh,
tackle.
my
Got a
goodness.
big block there, and he's going to be tackled and brought down at the 40-yard line. And that's going to be a 7-yard pickup.
Venar Smith just saved potentially another touchdown. His 2nd time today with a run 7 touchdowns. Venar Smith is the last line of defense between Keith Swearingen and the end zone.
Was that a 27-yard pickup? No, I think I was behind on that. Okay, no, that wasn't 27. But he's down to the 40-yard line here. And they're going to come out here in a weak Joker's Eye Pro. Got a ball out there by the fullback. He's tackled right at the line. They're going to say 3-yard loss on that? Wow. Looks like 2 to me.
That's some home cooking, Damon.
Sure
We are in Portland.
Home cooking should have been done last night, but I leave that where it's at.
Brody Goats, the former Houston Hyena, on the tackle. Here's Trips tight again. Let's see what they do if it's another 7-step drop, Damon.
I hope they don't throw it 9 yards. Here's a 5-step drop here by Johnson. Lost that thing up in the air. My goodness, that could have been dangerous.
Yeah, it was. I mean, talk about that ball was in the air forever, Damon. And you see how much air he put up under that ball? That was unnecessary, and it gave the defense time to get over there and make a play. Christopher Ochoa, the intended receiver.
Yeah, that was too much air underneath it. As you stated, man, that could have been crazy dangerous.
Jacksonville just scored another touchdown now to take the lead 21-13.
Wow. Here is a 2-step drop here by Johnson. Throws that in the air. That pass is almost intercepted. Does hit the turf. 4th and 13 here for Charleston. They're going to have to punt it to the Portland Fleet.
I'm not sure what Kente was thinking on that play. He had 3 defenders in the area. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 defenders in the area. And, wow, Christopher Ochoa, again, the intended receiver. I'm not sure how much he paid him this morning, but he keeps looking for him despite the coverage.
I tell you what, that was a quarterback not being patient, being overly aggressive, throwing the ball into triple coverage like that. I think if he sits there, and it could be from the pressure that Portland has put on Johnson previously in the first half, probably got a little happy feet there, did not want to sit and go through the progression, because if he waits for the play to develop, he had an out route that became open.
And they be selling for a field goal attempt instead of punting it away.
Exactly. And there's going to be a fair catch for Portland right at the 11-yard line.
To see Louisiana give up 21 points to Jacksonville in 2 quarters is un-Louisiana-like, as they're accustomed to holding offenses down.
Yeah, Louisiana has been a team that has struggled this year after making the playoffs last season. If I'm not mistaken, making it to the semifinals. Here is Ezekiel Love.
Oh,
Love
my
takes a
goodness.
shot right at the 18-yard line.
Jack Brown once again on the tackle. That's a big man. My goodness. I know we keep saying it, Damon, but wherever they feeding that man, my goodness.
7-yard pickup for Ezekiel Love on that previous play. 2nd and 3 here at the 18. 5-step drop here by Job. Job goes down. He took a shot by Jack Brown. No, I take it back. That's not Brown.
That's Eric Hammer.
That's Eric Hammer. Ooh, talk about a shot to the gut.
They continue to blitz right up the middle, Damon. And if Cyrus Jive is going to make it out of this game alive, he's got to get that ball out quicker.
He may need 2 rib cages to be put on because he took a shot. I took a shot like that and caused a pinched nerve in my ribs. And that's a pass completed right across the middle of the field, and that is to Ezekiel Love. Ezekiel Love has been pretty quiet since his two big shots he had in the first quarter.
That's actually Israel Adams on a reception there.
I'm sorry, what did I say?
That was a tight Ezekiel Love. That's okay though.
Oh,
that's a tight window. Tight window. Fit it right in there. My goodness.
I guess I've been seeing Ezekiel Love name so much. That's the first thing that came out. But yeah, I did know that it was Israel Adams on the reception there, though. And they're going to go with a weak formation here. Handoff here to Love. Love had 3 men out there. Man, he took a shot, shoulder charge, too.
Yeah, you saw that, too. I mean, he lowered his shoulder, literally, cornerback Mark Martin, and put it right into his chest. Those guys are hitting out there today, Damon. I'm glad I'm up here.
Me, too. I mean, Mark Martin out there. Should we call him Eminem?
That's a nice one. Look at them blitz again.
Love stays in the backfield to block. That pass is caught and complete, and it's to Gene Valentine. And Valentine's out to Charleston's 36-yard line with a 33 pickup on the play.
Gene Valentine with his 6th catch on 7 targets, now over 100 yards of the day. Thanks to the stats team for getting us that information so quickly. Gene Valentine came into this game ranked 4th in receptions, and he's continuing right where he left off.
235 yards on the day for Job. Nice pickup there to Valentine. 1st and 10 at Charleston's 36. 5:40 on the clock. Spread formation. Handoff here to Ezekiel Love. Love breaks the tackle off to the races, and it's going to be a 36-yard touchdown for Ezekiel Love.
That right there is how you make the defense pay. They continue to blitz right up the A-gap. They tried to tackle him, and they just could not get there because he blitzed up the A-gap, could not get to Ezekiel. He was too busy looking for the quarterback. Ezekiel ran right by him, and Jack Brown just did not have the foot speed to get out there and make the tackle. Touchdown, Portland.
The block. Who was the receiver with the yellow sleeves? I can't see who that was, but he put a nice block on a safety there that allowed Ezekiel Love to break free. My. These 2 running backs are absolutely putting on a show. And I was going to say this earlier, and I'm going to say it now because it just happened again, that shoestring tackles on these 2 running backs is a no-go because they're breaking every low tackle that you try to put on them. You got to hit these 2 guys high.
I don't know about how, when I played, I was a little guy. I hit those guys low.
I was too, and one guy got mad that I hit him low. Well, on my own team, it was in practice, and we was doing punt returns, special teams, and I hit a guy low. He was like, "Man, I need my legs." He's like, I'm like, "Hey, look here, bro. I'm trying to make the team."
I know that's right. Oh, great tackle.
And Portland goes up by a total of, 11 points here. 28-17. Let's see if Charleston's going to answer back as they start this drive, should I say, on their very own 26-yard line. And Ezekiel Love, he's averaging, 14 yards a carry? Is that correct? Here's Swearingen up to the top of the field. Swearingen.
Oh, my goodness.
Tackle. He took a shot as well. Look at the comparison between these 2 guys. 12.8.
That was a defensive end who tackled him 8 yards downfield. Talk about never giving up on the play.
Man, I saw that firsthand. What was that Friday night? I was calling a game with Ramos Lynn and the defensive tackle. Can't remember the team we was broadcasting. That defensive tackle was all over the field, man. My apologies for not remembering your name, dude. But number 70, what team was that? This is what happens when you get old. You don't remember nothing. My apologies. It was DC and LA, and it was Fuentes for DC. That's who it was. My man, Fuentes was all over the field. Here is Kentez Johnson going to dump it off here. He's swimming behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose 2 yards there.
He's better off throwing that ball away as there was no one open. And they did a great job of collapsing him to keep Swearingen before he can even get his feet going.
Second and 12 here for Kentez Johnson and the Charleston Predators at their own 34-yard line. 3-4 defense here for the Fleet. Handoff here to Keith Swearingen. Swearingen looks a little slow on that carry, Lady Gage. He may be gassed.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. He may be starting to get a bit tired as he's been getting a heavy workload here thus far today, DeMond.
A 7-yard pickup on that play there. 3rd and 5 here for Charleston. Kentez Johnson, QBR for the day is 73.8. You go ahead and give him 74 in that matter. Here's a trips to the left of Johnson on a 5-step drop. Those are out route. Got a completion. Picks up the first down as well.
Both of these teams are doing a great job wrapping up these ball carriers and bringing them down to the ground. They are not allowing many yards after the catch.
Davies Reed on the reception there. 7-yard pickup for Kentez and Reed.
9 guys on the line of scrimmage.
1st and 10, you give it to the halfback right up the middle of the field as he picks up 2 right at midfield now.
Check that. 10 guys on the line of scrimmage. Talk about respect for this run game. Gun straight versus 3-2 defense.
Here is Johnson going deep. He got a reception completed right down the middle of the field, and that's to the 26. That's going to be a 24-yard pickup there from Kentez Johnson to Ochoa.
And if you want to look up the word "deaf heart" in the Webster's Dictionary, you're going to see a picture of Kentez as he took a shot to the rib cage once again by this Portland defense, but he kept his eyes downfield, eyes on the prize. He's got bigger dreams trying to come out of here with a W. What a way to get his team to move the chains.
Nuevo came gushing up the field to Kentez Johnson, as you just mentioned, Eddie Gage. There's a handoff here, and that's going to be to Keith Swearingen there right up the middle. No, I take that back. That's to the fullback, Terrell Sutherland.
They've been doing a great job defending a run whenever they run up the field, between the tackles. It's when they get outside that they have difficulty.
Mm-hmm. Power I formation here. Handoff here to Swearingen. Oh, he cuts it right back towards the middle. Good read there as he picks up 7 yards on that carry because nothing was there on the outside. But
no.
Man, he put his foot in the ground and he cut right up the middle of the field to make nothing out of something out of nothing there.
I said this a few games back. We called a game for Charleston. A couple of seasons ago, you wouldn't have seen him with that kind of foot speed and lateral movement. But since the past couple of seasons, he's been doing a great job with that.
Strong guy pro here. They're going to go strong stretch. Here is Swearingen down to the 10-yard line. 7-yard gain there for the halfback of Charleston.
This offensive line of Charleston, left guard Dusty Wilson and company are doing a great job, along with Damian Robertshaw, of protecting the quarterback, even though he is getting hit, as well as providing some solid blocks for Keith Swearingen.
Yeah, they're playing bully ball, as most would like to call it.
Oh, my goodness.
Stood up in the backfield, going to go for a 3-yard loss.
And just when I say that, Portland, I'm not sure their defensive line coach got tired of hearing it, but he decides to do something about it and met Keith Swearingen in the backfield.
Once again, giving credit to our statistician on the day, Declan O'Rourke doing duties by himself, both offense
Solo.
and defense today. Thank you so much, sir, for your. There's a
Look out.
pass. That pass is
Oh.
caught and complete to Davius Reed with the reception from Kentez Johnson to Reed with a 13-yard touchdown pass.
And someone from the Charleston social media department needs to clip that, as that was a great throw by Kentez, leading receiver to the boundaries of the end zone. He keeping his feet in bounds and coming up with a touchdown. Great throw and catch by this Charleston offense.
Back shoulder catch there by Davius Reed. But as you stated, an outstanding throw from Kentez Johnson. Other SFL action, the Louisiana Revolution has taken the lead back from the Jacksonville Kings as they jump up 23-21 in that action there over on the SFL Twitch channel. Here's an extra point attempt here by Brad Pritchett, and that kick is good right down the middle. 24-28, 4-point ball game here.
4-point ball game. This is anybody's ball game. We got a lot of football left in mind, and I did not expect this kind of offensive outburst by either team today. Both of them surprising me.
14 seconds left here in the third quarter. Next weekend on Next Level Sports, Carolina and Tulsa, both fighting for playoff spots, take center stage Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Sunday, Indianapolis, fresh off its 63-10 dismantling of the V8s, takes talents to D.C. to take on the red-hot D.C. Dragons, who are 5-1. Live look-in includes Sioux Falls and Baltimore and Motor City and Los Angeles. For a channel guide and more info about NXT, visit nlse.com. And DC is red hot. My goodness, that team is hot. Here is Ja, shotgun. Stretch formation, out route to the top of the field. That pass is going to be complete. I'm trying to get a number there. It looks like it's to not Israel Adams, but it's to Benjamin Warner.
And Damon, we saw the Bear defense trying to counter a gun straight look. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Neither have I. And that's going to do it for the third quarter, everyone. Put your 4s in the chats, your 86 and your 12s. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music live on Rad Sports Twitch Network. Thank you, sir. Alrighty, here. Let's go. Second and 3 here for Portland. Handoff into Ezekiel Love, and Love is going to be hitting the backfield for a 2-3-yard loss.
Yeah, and pre-snap, right before that ball was snapped, Charleston decided to swing the their linebackers to that side, and Jack Brown with another impressive tackle in the backfield.
Here is Cyrus Jive. Quads left. Is that a 4-3 defense? They bring some heat as well. That pass is going to be deflected away by Jack Brown. No, it's not Jack Brown. It's Hammer. Got his hands up there.
It was a 4-3 defense, Damon, and they blitzed out of that too. My goodness, they are not holding anything back, Damon. They are putting it all on the line today trying to get a win.
How are you coming out in a 4-3 with 4 wide receivers on the play?
The same way they came out in Bear a moment ago.
This is some weird stuff. But Portland is not going to be productive on the play, and they're going to have to punt the ball back to Charleston. Charleston can take the lead here with the touchdown on this possession, top of the fourth.
Oh.
And that's going to be returned for Charleston. They're going to go nowhere. Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for info about the league and its 28 teams. All the places you can watch live games, plus links to apparel from Sector 6 and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. See all the league records, team stats, player leaderboards, the rankings, and the next class of the SFL talent, and so much more. SimulationFL.net, your home for everything SFL. First and 10 here for Kentez Johnson. He comes out in shotgun formation. 90-yard slant is going to be intercepted here by the Portland Fleet. And he gets to the other side of the field into Charleston territory. And that's where the Portland Fleet's going to take advantage of that interception there at the 42-yard line of Charleston.
Strong safety Dale McClain provides you with a great example of why sometimes it is absolutely imperative to play aggressive on defense and not just sit back and wait for something to happen. You make something happen. They came out and played a 3-robber trying to take away those slants. They forced Kentes to hold the ball. He got pressure up the middle. He had to sidestep it, hit the panic button, and threw an ill-advised pass right to the secondary of Portland.
Portland can increase the lead here on this possession. Ezekiel Love, 11 attempts for 136 yards on the day. Here is Jive with the 5-step drop. He got his man. It's Gene Valentine.
Tacked on to that reception too, Damon.
Yeah, absolutely. This is like going to be a late hit coming here.
He was well out of bounds.
Way out of bounds. That shows a sign of frustration by the defense.
Yep.
Upset that the offense gave the ball away. And also upset that the receiver made the catch. Double jeopardy there. And on the penalty is Jacob Clear. Look at that.
I mean, my goodness, he was, Damon, come on. He was out of bounds for about
Did he
a
think
good
the ref was
second.
not going to see that?
Yeah, come on. You can't do that. That's unacceptable.
With the play and the penalty attached onto it, Portland is now down to Charleston's 20-yard line. That's going to be a total of 22 yards there.
Look at this defense, Damon. Gun quads versus this bear look.
My goodness, here is Job. Job got his man. He shouldn't have spun there. He could have just ran the ball in. Gets down to the 17-yard gain there.
Yeah, the player personnel packages here, I'm starting to get a bit perplexed as to the decision making as to why they're doing this. It worked in the first half, but again, some of these packages that Portland has, they are exposing it.
That's Jive to Warner, Benjamin Warner on the reception there to the 3-yard line. They go here with the far jokers, and they're going to hand it off here to Ezekiel Love. Crosses Hollywood Boulevard for, oh my goodness, the 3rd time of the day. That man just got himself a trifecta.
In hockey, they call it a hat trick, Damon, but we're not playing hockey. We out on the ice. We out here on the field on grass, and Portland is looking to seal the deal and get a victory here today. But there's a lot of football left.
Does Portland have grass in their stadium, or would they have artificial turf?
I don't know. I'm old, Damon. I can't see the field from here. I just see green.
I hope it's not that turf from the 80s and the 90s. My goodness, that stuff was hard. I hate it. Playing this stuff.
Damon, my left knee still bothers me to this day, and my ankle, I could, sometimes if I just cut wrong on it, it hurts because I played football one day on AstroTurf, not field turf, AstroTurf, showing my age, Damon, and that stuff was horrible. The field was hard. Hitting the ground after a tackle was even worse. And you know what's even worse than that? Playing on it when it's cold outside. Oh, my goodness.
Dude, I can remember playing on AstroTurf, dude, back when I was in high school, man. And I was returning a punt one game, and I got pushed out of bounds. And so when I got pushed, I slid, and man, it scarred my entire right arm up. Ever since that play there, dude, I started wearing forearm pads. 35-24, the Portland Fleet are up on the Charleston Predators and starting the drive for the Charleston Predators at their own 23-yard line. Touchdown by Ezekiel Love, 3-yard touchdown run that was on the previous play there for Portland after that interception picked up by them on the previous possession for Charleston. And 1st and 10 here for Charleston. It's going to be handoff here to Keith Swearingen from the 20. Swearingen is hit right at the line of scrimmage. He may be gas gauge, as we mentioned earlier, on a 1-yard loss.
A lot of touches, Damon. But I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
The quarterback for Charleston has a dark visor on. Are you a fan of that for the quarterback?
Yeah, why not? It's you look good, play good, feel good.
Yeah, but can you see good?
That's a good question. It's another handoff here to Swearingen. Swearingen loses another yard. 3rd and 12 here for Charleston. And I'm not sure why Charleston is not putting the ball in the air.
And SFL Commissioner Cameron Irvine has just alerted us that Tommy Utah is playing out of his mind for Louisiana. Just made a stellar TD throw. He's now 25 of 33 for 242 yards and 3 TDs.
Wow.
Oh, laying the wood out here.
Absolutely. My goodness. Ochoa comes up with the reception there, but it's 4th and 3, and Charleston's
Yeah.
going to have to punt this ball away.
Another question for you, Damon. You wore forearm pads. As a receiver, were you comfortable wearing those? And the reason I say that is because when I played tailback, was trying to until I had too many fumbling problems. I did not like the way I could not feel the ball up against my bicep.
No, I didn't like them at all. They made me feel weird with them.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand them. And I played quarterback as well. I played quarterback and I played receiver. So me and another guy, we would alternate on possessions. Should I say? Actually, the other guy who played quarterback with me was Courtney Coleman, who was my quarterback for the Houston Hyenas in season 6 and season 7, should I say? But yeah, I couldn't stand those things. But I only won because that AstroTurf was just horrible. It just, dude, I can't even. It felt like concrete almost. Here is Ezekiel Love, a dangerous man, from the 31 to the 42-yard line. Now that is going to be an 11-yard pickup for the Portland Fleet.
You know what that happened? Because Jack Brown blitzed again, Damon. And this
Yep.
time he went to the right side of the A-gap. Ezekiel Love saw it, went to the other side of the A-gap, and I'm telling you, he was one broken tackle away from, taking it to the house. Because you know how the A-gap has the left of the A-gap to the center and the right to the A-gap to the center? So Jack Brown went to the right side of the center. Ezekiel Love saw it and went to the left side.
There is a trips to the right of Jive. Ezekiel Love, 150 yards on the day. 2-step drop here by Jive. Screen
Oh, my
pass.
goodness.
Tackle right at the line of scrimmage. Man, he took a shot from Jacob Clear.
Yeah, Jacob Clear came running up out of there like a missile and launched himself into Ezekiel Love's chest.
Jacob Clear had just had no mercy for mankind.
He's trying to make up for that penalty he just had.
Our Jokers here for the offense. And it looks like Portland is basically going to try to burn clock here. Here's Ezekiel Love right up the middle of the field. Out to the 48-yard line. 5-yard pickup there for Love.
And I'm the head coach for Portland. I'm yelling onto the field to the quarterback that no one touches the ball right here but Ezekiel Love until they prove they can stop it. We're trying to burn this clock out.
33-21 is the Revolution up on the Jacksonville Kings.
Air slot right. Let's see Ezekiel Love get the stretch play here.
They're going to go pass. Got him, man. No, that pass is intercepted right down the middle of the field and by none other than Mr. Ricky Thornton himself.
And I guess perhaps he wasn't telling him to give it to Ezekiel Love. Not sure why not. You're trying to burn clock. There's no reason to make this kind of decision right now. Just hand the ball off to your bell car who just picked up 6 yards previously and burned some more clock. Now you just gave Charleston some life.
And Ricky Thornton comes up with his second pick of the night. Also has 2 pass deflections. And 1st and 10 for Charleston at their own 43. Hand off here to Swearingen. Charleston really needs to put the ball in the air.
They do because they've had 10 men, Damon, lined up no further than a yard off the line of scrimmage. They're going to force Charleston to put this ball in the air.
Yep, that was my apologies. That was Terrell Sutherland on the carry there. Kentez Johnson numbers 149 on the day.
Wow.
Under his season average per game. If you can pull that up for me, Gage. Here is Johnson going. They're going to go to drag underneath the center, and he got Christopher Ochoa across the middle of the field, and they're going to be right at the midfield line. 3 yards shy of the first down. 7-yard pickup.
Big third down here for both teams. You were talking about it. Kentez Johnson, his last game, had almost 400 yards passing. He's well capable of putting the ball in the air. Oh,
and
nice
run.
run.
Swearingen picks up the first down. Barely, should we say.
Barely. It looked like he was going to be tackled just short, but he muscled his and kept his legs turning and picked up that first down.
3 yards pickup there by Keith Swearingen. We do not see the same burst that we saw from Swearingen as we did earlier in the ball game. And Swearingen on the day is 23 carries for 207 yards, 9 yards per carry on the ground for this young man. Hand off here to Swearingen again. And he's going to be tackled right at the line of scrimmage. They're going to go no huddle. They're in a jumbo, not a jumbo package. They're going to go I-Pro. Here it is. Do they have something else in this play? And then maybe they saw something at the defensive end that could help them out and dump off at the Swearingen in the fight. Oh my goodness. Someone check the ankles of the defender. Brody Goach. He went flying across the screen. I formation here. Two-step drop, dumps it off to Swearingen once again. Spin move again. He's putting these defenders on skates.
I wonder just how much is this taken out of him, though. He's been involved a lot.
And that was during Nevo. Five-step drop, dumps it off here to Swearingen again. Another spin move. This time he's only going to pick up 1 yard at the 34-yard line.
He's slow to get up, too. He's tired.
4 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock. Kentez goes deep. Down to the 17-yard line. 17-yard pickup on that play. And that was to Christopher Ochoa. Kentez underneath the center. Is that 4-4 by the defense?
Yes.
Two-step drop. They bring blitz out of it right up the middle. And this is going to be to Davius Reed.
He did not get out of bounds.
He's going to pick up 7 yards down to the 10-yard line. And you're right, it does not get out of bounds. 5-step drop here by Kentez. Oh, he got a pass to the tight end. And Dusty Roick, she has been outstanding this game here for the Charleston Predators. At the 5-yard line. Sees something. Got an incomplete. Intended for Davius Reed. Outstanding play by the defensive player.
And he is slow to get up, too. This entire offense is gassed, Damon, trying to speed this clock, trying to slow this clock down by getting more plays out there, and everyone is slow to get up. Cam just let us know that the ref got murdered on that last play.
Someone check the ref. Make sure he's okay. Give him a neck brace or something. 5-step drop here by Johnson. Johnson gets pressure. Touchdown in the back of the end zone. Oh, what a catch.
And Damon, we said it before, I'll say it again. Kentez, he deserves a badge of honor or something because he was about to take another shot again, but he kept his eyes downfield on his intended target and hit him on the skinny post right there for a touchdown. Charleston does not have quit in him.
That is Serene Storm's second reception of the day. And he picks up a touchdown on that one.
Kentez has been under duress throughout this entire contest, and he continues. They're going to go for 2 here, Damon.
75% QBR for Kentez Johnson on the day. 2-step drop, gets pressure, back of the end zone, and pass complete.
Damon, he had the right guy in mind through the slant. He was a little bit late in his decision-making, and he got popped just as he was trying to bring that ball in. But then the ball sounded on his back for a second there. I was waiting for someone to come over and pick it up.
That pass was intended for the backup tight end, Tate Meir. And
you're right. Coming up.
You're right. That was the right man to go to because he had his guy boxed out. There's going to be Israel Adams. I thought he was going to break free for that one.
I don't know about that decision, Damon. You got all 3 timeouts at your disposal and over 3 minutes left on the clock. I mean, I know both offenses have been kind of clicking lately, but you don't have room for error here. You got to contain them to a field goal attempt here, if not a punt.
I agree with you, Gage. I'm in effect with you on that one. I think that was a bad decision for Charleston to go for the onside there. You got Portland who's up by 5. Why not pin them deep? Here is Ezekiel Love because this guy here is dangerous. Love breaks the tackle. Ooh, he took a shot. My goodness, somebody took his teeth. He may have lost a tooth, number 14.
Not number 14 to be exact, Damon. But yeah, you're right. Ezekiel Love made one man miss. And I usually follow that by saying he makes the defense pay, but this time he makes a man miss. And Jack Brown, I think it was, made him pay.
A 13-yard pickup on that play by Ezekiel Love. Not sure what's going on with my son down there. It sounded like a motor.
He wants to get a helmet on. He sees everyone out here laying on wood, and he wants to participate.
First and 10 here for Portland.
Dad, where's my helmet?
There's the entire team in the box.
Yeah. They're going to let this clock drain down.
As much as they can. Jive on a pass. Though that could have been dangerous. Jacob cleared there to break that up. He could have came away with an interception.
Yeah, not sure why they decided to hike that ball with 9 seconds left on the play clock. Why not let the clock drain some more?
Man, I have talked so much this game, my jaws are hurting.
Yeah, that's a rookie mistake right there. He got to let that clock drain.
Yeah.
We haven't called Nelson's name in a while.
Not since he had those 2 touchdowns. That second
Yeah.
touchdown, we have not heard from Nelson Lozano at all. Game summary down to the bottom of the screen there. That's a handoff to Ezekiel Love. He's going to lose 2 yards there. APM Music is unraveled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore the library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. And that's the 2-minute warning, everyone. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music here on Rad Sports. Also, coming up next on Next Level Sports. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't read that. That's for this game. Post game, Denver Lone Star. Oh no, that's Denver Lone Star only. Man, I'm done.
In the blitz again, Damon. Here they come.
Here they come, as you stated. That's an out route down to the bottom of the field. That pass is going to be caught and completed by Benjamin Warner.
Cornerback Mark Martin tackled him by his neck. Did you see that?
Yes, I did. Was that a horse collar?
In the other league it is, but not this one. It's next man up.
4th and 6, and Portland's going to settle for a field goal.
And this right here is an example why I wish they'd have punted that ball off to give themselves a better chance.
And Eddie, this is going to be a 39-yard field goal attempt. Oh, almost blocked. As Doug gets pressure right up the middle. 39 good, right down the middle of the field. I mean, right down the post. Eddie, this game here just got a lot interesting. Portland goes up by 8. Ken Charleston marched down the field, score a touchdown, and go for a 2-point conversion to tie this thing up.
You need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. If they kick that ball off and force a punt, it wouldn't require so much work.
Mm-hmm. Here's the kickoff from Joey Raff. Here's the return down to the 27-yard line of Charleston.
Charleston came into this game, Damon, averaging 30 points per game.
Mm-hmm.
That's 10th in the league. They're at 30 points right now. And to get into this game and tie it up, they're going to need to increase that average.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you. They come out here in a strong spread. 1st and 10 is the Charleston Predators at their own 27-yard line, 1 minute and 46 seconds. 5-step drop here by Kentez Johnson. Dumps it off to Swearingen, and Swearingen is going to pick up, looks like 4 yards there, out to the 31-yard line now. And they're going to go no huddle. Clock is still ticking. Kentez dump it off into Swearingen to the opposite side. He bobbled it incomplete. That does stop the clock for the Predators, though.
That was scary to me. For a moment there, I thought that ball was going to get picked up and ran into the end zone.
Yeah, the cornerback there for Portland, let me get a number. Derek Majors basically could have, he went for the player, but if he goes for the ball, he could have walked that into the end zone.
Yeah.
3rd and 6. Here for Kentez Johnson on a 7-step drop, throws it downfield, intercepted. And Portland just may have saved the day with that interception.
Yeah, I mean, the defense was so close. I didn't even see him tomorrow. I thought the receiver was wide open.
Yeah,
but look at here in this replay. I thought there was going to be a catch and run situation for Charleston, but wow, he had something to say about that and said, "No, sir, excuse me, I'll take that, thank you."
Now that was intended for Davius Reed, but but Charleston here does have all 3 timeouts. So they're going to get the ball back if they stop Portland from getting the first down first. Here's Ezekiel Love right up the middle of the field. Love picks up 2 yards.
And I may be wrong on this one, but I could have sworn they burned one on the previous defensive possession.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it has been corrected,
Yeah, it's been corrected.
and Charleston only has one timeout left here.
Yep.
At the 46. Underneath the center is Cyrus Jive, and he
Oh, my
gives it to
goodness.
Ezekiel Love, and Love took a shot to the gut. Is that Jack Brown? No, it's not.
No, it's not. I'm sorry. That's not Jack Brown. That's his teammate.
John Stamingo.
Yeah.
Stamango.
Haven't caught his name much today, but talk about making a play when your team needs it.
Every time I say his name, I think about a mango, which is one of my. I love getting a mango smoothie from Tropical. Advertise it there.
Oh, look at this.
Here's Ezekiel Love. Love running downfield. One man to beat. Tackled and brought down at the 18-yard line. Engaged. That is going to be a 36-yard pickup for Ezekiel Love and the Portland Fleet. And that's basically going to do it here.
Not only is it a 36-yard pickup, DeMond, but it's gonna, put pretty much steal this game away as he makes that run, gets out, waves to the crowd, and tells the home fans, thanks for coming, good night. I hope you didn't drink too much, but drive home safely as we just milked this ball game away.
And they're going to come out here in victory formation. And Eddie Gage, I don't think you and I have ever broadcast a game where both running backs have rushed for over 200 yards. Keith Swearinger, 208 on 25 carries. Ezekiel Love, 204 on 19 carries. My goodness, what a performance by both of these running backs here today. And Portland's going to come out of here with a victory. And there's going to be their second victory on the season as they're going to move on to 2-4, and Charleston's going to drop to 2-4 as well.
Yeah, I was just looking to the commissioner for comment on that. I'm wondering if that's ever been done before myself.
And everyone, that's going to do it. As I stated, the Portland Fleet comes up here with the victory by 8 points, 38-30 over the Charleston Predators.
38-30 in a hard-earned ball game, DeMond, as both these teams fought down to the wire. Portland able to defend home turf and come away with a win here, but wow, did they have to work hard to get it.
Man, what a performance by these two backs is all I can say, because I kept saying, wow, just wow, after each of these guys that broke off for big runs. I mean, we have saw some big runs from these guys here today, man. Swearinger longest has been 52 on the day. Ezekiel Love longest was 74. My goodness, man, what a performance. I mean, Kentez Johnson only 207 yards on the day. Although
They need them.
Yeah, they needed him. They had some possessions, 2 possessions, Gage, where they ran the ball instead of putting the ball in the air. And I think that's what hurt Charleston towards the back end of this game. And this right here, the interception, they threw 2 interceptions here towards the back end. Kentez Johnson had a total of 3 interceptions on the day, but they just could not stop this man right here, Ezekiel Love, who basically put the team on his back with those 200-yard performance and trifecta of touchdowns. Cyrus Jive, 264 through the air, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. The defense of Portland as well came up,
when they needed it.
Absolutely. And Dale McClain had all 3 interceptions for the Portland Fleet.
They did, and for Charleston, they started this season, and it looked like they're going to pick up right where they left off last season. Had now lost a couple of tough ones. They lost to Baltimore last week. They lose to Portland here on the road this week. And they got to pick up the pieces and try to get back to the drawing board and figure this whole thing out.
Yeah, Engage, the commissioner, did answer your question.
He did.
And the Discord chat, he said, tough to say, but seems rare. I just looked up a couple of games that I thought I had a chance and came up empty. So this just may be the first time in SFL history where 2 running backs both rushed for over 200 yards in a single game. Total of 409 yards combined between these 2 guys. Ezekiel Love, your player of the game, 20 attempts, 206 yards, 3 touchdowns on the ground with an average of 10.3 yards per carry. Everybody, I was your play-by-play caller today, DeMond Simeon. Alongside me was my main man and one of my good and best friends, Eddie Gage. Eddie, send us home.
Arizona, I love y'all.
Man, that was a tough one. We had to have it, but it came, like you said, against one of my best friends in the entire SFL. I'm sure Houston's going to bounce back. We got to keep it moving, though. We got a tough one next week. But back to the grind, y'all. No days off around here. SFL Nation, thanks for tuning in tonight. We'll see y'all when we see you.
Peace. Thank you so much, Declan O'Rourke, for doing stats today.
Sir.